And those of you on the YouTube side, this is going to be a video for those of you who are pissed off at the fact that now I'm posting World of Warcraft. Allow me to explain why. Fellowship they just keep winning, boys. They just keep winning. So, I wasn't playing after the recent Iona nerfs, because I just gave up. There was no point. They destroyed me, they nerfed me by 75%, and it turns out they actually nerfed me even more. Yeah, say hi to YouTube while you guys have the opportunity. Not only did they remove 75% throughput from every single one of us, I then got nerfed again afterwards. But that isn't even the piece de resistance. Because they some way, somehow, prolapsed their servers. So, I'm playing Midnight with the boys. We're having a great time. That Death Knight's name was Diaper Decay. I need therapy. Let's have a read, shall we? Hey fellows, all three of them. This is a longer post outlining the issues we faced on February 27th, what happened during deployment, and the 2 updates we have released to address it. What happened? Are you ready for some absolute A-grade degeneracy? Earlier today, a hotfix introduced an unintended issue that caused the front end and back end to fall out of alignment. Don't you hate it when that happens? That's normally only after Taco Bell. As a result, the UI assumed no progress has been made at all and displayed a blank tree. To prevent more players from being affected by this issue and to protect user data, we made the decision to take the servers offline immediately without advance notice. We realized this was a huge disruption, but we needed to act fast to limit the scale of the issue. Servers were down for approximately 2 hours while we stabilized and verified the integrity of user progress and released our first update to resolve the issue for players. What we've done! Update 1 focused on stabilization and data protection. This update restored server access so we could all play, prevented any further issues with the reward tree, secured progression tracking to ensure all stats continue recording correctly. After this update, players who were not impacted could use the reward tree normally. Players who were impacted saw the tree as visually reset and were unable to click nodes. All previously unlocked rewards remained available and unaffected, and all ongoing play continued to be tracked. But it was not fucking updatable. Update 2 focused on recovering the reward trees for impacted accounts. This update reads the correct progression data for the reward trees and restores interactions with the reward trees, allowing players to reactivate nodes they had already qualified for. Because of how this fix works, some players will receive duplicate rewards such as talent points, gems, and currencies. While this means some players receive more rewards than originally planned, we feel this is a fair way to thank you for bearing with us through today's issues. Alright. However, to keep the game fair for everyone, gem and talent point caps remain fully enforced. Okay. I now have 38 talent points, have fun. Yeah, I was about to say, okay, I read this one afterwards, but I was like, fucking, they restored Iona, boys, take the entire talent tree. What's next? We're strengthening our build and validation processes to prevent front-end and back-end misalignment from happening like this again. Don't you just hate it? When, well, what the fuck is it? What's the fucking movie where they're all sewn together and, like, you know, the fucking centipede, human centipede. Don't you just hate it when the human centipede falls out of fucking alignment? Don't you just hate it? We sincerely apologize, events are moving quickly, and yada yada, who gives a fuck? It gets better. The previous patch, this is the patch that broke everything, apparently, in which they buffed Helena by 15%. Sorry. Allergic to bullshit. They buffed Mako by 15%. Fuck figuring out what to actually do. Just flat buff them. Oh, shit. Hang on. Back down we go. Vigor made a whole shit ton of changes to our boy's barrier. And then just flat buffed Rune of Renewal by 30%. Sylvie. They buffed the DPS legendary, and now the necklace absorbs, now take 10% reduced damage. Woo! But here's the kicker, boys! Here's the fucking winner. So you remember how I made my healing Aeona build, right? Where I used my boot legendary and I stacked expertise because my plan was that the expertise would be her best stat by far. Expertise and haste would be, well, were her two best stats without question, because with expertise, with the way she worked originally, expertise increased damage, healing, and absorbs across the board. So expertise increased the damage of the Entropy's Claim and all spells and all damage at all points. So then the expertise raised that damage, which in turn then, with dealing more damage, that damage got converted to healing, and then that healing that I got also got raised by expertise. So I double dipped on the expertise bonus. And apparently I was bug abusing without actually knowing it, because Aeona's Amend Fate and Restore Continuity abilities were unintentionally, let me get my clown nose out, scaling the heal portion of their effect with expertise. You mean expertise was scaling a heal, like it says on the stat tooltip. Our own tooltips don't align with how we want the game to play. Guys, can you tell ChatGPT to pull its head out of its ass? Please. Please. And then, keep in mind, Xavian has not copped a nerf. He has not gotten nerfed. He's had bug fixes, and that's it. Xavian has not had a single nerf patch note. But, instead, they attacked Ruby Storm. Which, if you remember, the one Xavian who did 400k DPS on the Sailor's Abyss pull was doing it with Ruby Storm, because he stacked max HP, stacked stamina, pulled everything, and Ruby Stormed in the middle of the entire pack for mega damage. So, of course, instead of nerfing Xavian, we nerf Ruby Storm for the entire cast. Sapphire Aura Stone now also accumulates less damage because they cut it in half completely. The healing accumulation has not been changed. So they didn't nerf Xavian, instead they nerfed all of his rolls and all of his gear. So now anyone who built Ruby Storm Xavian is bricked. Now anyone who built Sapphire Aura Stone Xavian is bricked. Now anyone who built Expertise Aeona, which was the interaction that made the most sense, is bricked. So, quite literally, my character is now bricked. That clicked for me for the first time right there in that moment. Not only did I cop a 75% throughput nerf because the damage now only heals one target, which then got changed to have Oblivion do AoE healing because they didn't realize within their own blanket crisis nerfs that if they did the nerf they were going to do, she would then have 0 AoE healing at all, aside from Restore Continuity, which was scaling with expertise. So her only AoE heal that we buffed in the only way to make it work is now considered bug abuse. I cannot with these fools, man. I cannot with these fucking fools, man. I am at a fucking loss with these fucking dimwits, brother. So, genuinely, I have no reason to play Fellowship again at all. The character I was excited for the past, 3.5, 4 months since she got announced, got entirely gutted, and then my build that I stuck with and built for to be a full healing version. I didn't even want to play the damage rendition. I played a full healing version. My version of the full healer also got extra nerfed. So I copped a 75% throughput nerf, and then now a 50% output nerf because I could get up to 50% expertise. I copped a 125% nerf. Hamish, stop watching my videos.